Good morning, friends. Can we say happy Monday? Welcome to Make It Monday. Yep, it's Monday. And it's 10 o'clock. So we're going to get started, okay? And we haven't done this in a while. So let's get back into the swing of things. Have had lots of stuff this past month. So that's for another day. Let's get creating, okay? It's Monday. Welcome to Make It Monday. And we're just going to make some fun things or ideas for you to choose to make something creative. And we're just going to use tissue paper, water, and some cardstock, and maybe a few other things. So, should we just get started? Okay, I have my little weight sign here. Do you know why I have this weight sign? Because when we are working, and I'm talking to all of us that work with folks with developmental disabilities, we all can be impulsive, and we just want to get started. And so I have this weight sign, and yellow is like a caution sign. Hold on a minute. So I often put this weight sign near or around my work so people know, not just yet, hold on, take a big deep breath, be patient a bit. Pam's getting it together. And when I take this away, we're ready. So, are we ready? I think so. And during the activity, if we need to wait to let something dry, we can put this back up. And we can teach folks that that's what this means. You could maybe put a stop sign, so it's stop, don't touch. So think about it. Come up with ideas. But we've used that for a long time, and it's worked pretty well. So, just doing a few more tech things. We'll give people a chance to pop on. So, all right, let's get going. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to cover this paper with tissue paper, and we're going to wet it down so the color bleeds through. You might need something different than regular tissue paper. So I'm going to show you what I'm using. And this is bleeding tissue squares. You can get it in all different shapes and stuff. And you can get big sheets too. But this is just what I ordered so we could give it a try to see what happens. I've tried it a few times and it worked pretty good. So we're going to do it some more. So I'm going to take these out of here so we can choose, or I'm just gonna put random colors all over this page, and then we're gonna use it, and if we have some left over, we're gonna do it on some other pieces of cutout paper, different shapes. And I have a hand, and I have a girl shape and a boy shape, because all people could do this. And I just got those at the dollar store. So let's give it a try. Now, the tissue squares I ordered from Amazon. They might have them at craft stores. I didn't check that. I was on Amazon. And so that's where I did it. So I am going to use my spray bottle, which I have a couple different sizes. So different hands, different abilities, can try using different sizes, or we can even help them. We can put our hand over it and hold them and have them squeeze it, or they hold it and we squeeze it. Just our couple tips for today. So I'm going to wet this down. And we can wet it down more after we put the squares on. So I'm just going to start by putting squares down in different places. If you want a particular color scheme, go for it. I am just doing random today. But if you wanted different colors, you know how they all come together in this. That would be a great sorting activity for somebody who does an awesome job at sorting colors. And if you pop on, say hello. And if I don't answer you, I will afterwards, okay? Because this is on my phone right now, and it's not showing up on my computer. So know that I value you watching, but technology, and it's Monday, so of course, would it go smoothly? It really didn't go too bad. And these pieces stick together, so. So see how I'm just randomly, well, that wasn't, I don't know if we wanted two pieces like that, but that's okay. That is okay. We're just laying them down. And then we'll wet them again. And then we'll let them sit for a bit. And you know what? I don't have any. But you might want, since it's bleeding tissue, we may want to get some gloves. Let's see if I have some. I move things around in here. So, all right. It'll just show that I have been doing art. But just a note to self, when using bleeding tissue, you may want to put some gloves on. Because it does bleed, but that's okay. That's what we want it to do. Gonna wet this down a little bit more. Get the bleeding going. Did everybody have a good weekend? I have been out of town for the last couple weeks. And so it's kind of good to be back home and getting back into a routine. I had a great time, but you know, there's no place like home. For some people, they like to travel all over the place and be gone for a long time. How about you? Do you like to travel? Especially if you're visiting friends and relatives. Okay. I'm gonna get another brush. And if you push this down, you see how it's bleeding and we get color all over the place. Let's put some more. And we can dry this. Sometimes if we let it sit, it might do other fun things. I mean, be darker or run a bit more. So play around with it. See what you come up with. Now, these do, I think, come in bigger sheets, so you could use bigger sheets, and that might be good for those that have more limited skills. Sorry, I'm just... There we go. All right. Okay. I'm going to get out of this one more time. We're going to start it for here. I'm just playing with the computer a bit while we let these bleed a bit. Get some fun color. There we go. All right. Okay, but that's good. We let these bleed a bit. Okay, let's just put this off to the side. We'll dry them all. Let's do a hand and a person. Because we have these pieces. Let's do this one too. Told you we do different things. All right. Just going to put these on. It's all part of the process. We just have to be patient. And just take our time. Take a big deep breath. This is not a time test. It's not, has to be done at a certain time. And if we didn't, we're working with folks, if we don't get it done all in one sitting, that's okay. Come back and work on it later. It's okay. Now I see, and this is curling, but when we dry it, it'll be fine. And you could do a few or a lot. I'm going to dry this one because it's really curling. And we'll wet it down again. You could even put a little piece of tape underneath. See that one? Yeah. See how the colors bleed? You might be able to even use these over again. I might try that in a minute. Okay, so sometimes we might want to tape these down. I don't have that tape with me, and I just want to use tape that won't... Well, you know what? Hold on. We have some washi tape over here. That should work. Okay. I have some washi tape. See if this will hold it into place. Just turn it over for a minute. Because how frustrating for the folks we work with when these things just go all over the place. That might work. Do some more. This is what we do when we modify and adapt. We'll get back to decorating in a minute, but this is all important too. Everybody still see? Let's put some more on this. And then when we... Move some of this tissue paper out to the side there. Or maybe we better put a little bit more up by the fingertip. Good enough. Good enough for now. All right. Yeah, I see you see it. All right. let's put some more tissue on. Well, that is not sticking. Let's put a little bit more tape. It's a little wet there. See if that'll work. Just to hold it still for a bit. All right. Let's wet this down again. I think I want a purple one over here. Let's see. Okay, just keep going. Well, put that one there. Fell into place. These are a little tricky, my friends. A little tricky. We have lots of them on there. Just wet them down to make them stick. We'll dry it. Or you can let it dry on its own. Just going to use this pile that I have right here. Be thinking, what would you use these for? I have a feeling I know what I'm going to do, but we're going to do cards, but we can always do other things too. And sometimes you just make these, create them, and then decide later. You don't have to have an end product in your mind. It's okay. I give you permission. There's a lot of pieces that come in this little kit, so know that you'll have plenty to make several pieces of art. And that one has 2, so we'll see what happens there. Be fun to see after it dries. I'm not sure if we want pink on the boy. Well, a lot of boys wear like pink. I've seen a lot of guys. I just said that. No big deal. You wear and love whatever color you want. For sure. I know it's a bit quiet, but while we're working, it's okay. You don't have to be chatting all the time. And you could be asking people, which color should we do next? This one or this one? Or just show them and hold them up. And whatever one their eyes go to, maybe that's the one they're deciding. Especially if they don't have a great voice to use. This one's really bleeding good. I mean, really, it's just, the color is just moving. Let's move some of these out of the way. think I'll add a few more and then we'll move on. But know that you could wait and then later add some more. It's okay. I'm just gonna spray these a little more to get that water moving. Whoa, look at this one. Do you see that swirling? Isn't that cool? Let's move that around. It'll drip and color it. Neat. Just some fun. All right, let's get these dried a bit. Let's see what happens. Let me take a bit to dry. I'm going to dry these a little bit and I'm going to move over and we'll go back to the card fronts that we were making. And you know what? Hold on, let me move the tissue papers that we have so they don't go flying all over the place. Might be good to put these into a little container, little cup. That would be good. Little dish. All right. Put those there. Merci. Some of these are going to go flying because they're going to dry off. They're going to come off. I'll just pick them up later. Or we can use them. I'll show you. You could hook this into a switch control. They could hit the switch to turn the dryer on and off. I'm going to be picking up lots of little pieces of tissue. And that turned out pretty good, didn't it? All right, I'm going to put that to the side. Let's dry this one. See how I got some color on my hand? It's okay. Let's move this one over. I like that. That turned out good. Okay, we're going to let that dry. Let's get over to the one we started with. See how the little tissues are flying all over the place? We're going to use those. At some point. All right, I'm going to dry these. That's pretty good and dry. Okay. Let's see if there are any more pieces to come off. Whoa, they're flying all over the place. Okay. So, what we're going to do with this? I think we'll make a card. All right. So, I have a card, a blank white card that I just got at the store. I have lots of these. I did look for more heavyweight cards because sometimes when we're using water and all that kind of stuff and we add something to the top, it kind of curls. So let's see. So that's what I did on this one. Actually, no, this is what I did on this one. Okay, this is one that I did earlier and I've cut it and I'm just going to put it on the card. Now we can do that with this. And then remember how I said I saved these pieces? I took some matte gel medium. That's what I had. So that's what I used. You probably could use Mod Podge and glue. But I did that and that could be a fun card front. So we're going to use this. So we're going to sit these aside so they can really dry. And now let's make a few cards. All right, so since I have this, let's see, let's get another card. So usually they come in a pack like this, and you're just going to fold it in half, crease it, and there you have your card. And they usually come with envelopes, so you can get them all different ways. Okay, so let's move some of this paper out of the way. And I am going to just fold this down. And you can cut it. I'm going to make it a little different. I think I'm going to tear, okay? Just make it fun. And I'm going to tear all the way around. Just to make it. And you know, when you're tearing, there's a rough edge. That's okay. Makes it kind of fun. Okay, and you can keep coming back to here to see. We could measure it, but I'm just tearing it today. Let's see if it fits. Yep, that'll fit. Let's just tear a little bit more off this end. What a great fine motor activity. You could even draw a line on the back to show somebody, or even yourself, where you want to tear. Okay, so I have that one. And I have this one. So let's glue these on. You could use a glue stick. I'm just going to use some tacky glue here because that one was close to my table. You know, when you go away and you have to take some art supplies and you clean up before you go, when you get back, what happens? Sometimes you can't find something, and that's okay. So I'm just putting some glue on the back. All right, and you get to decide which way it goes. And remember, this is all art, so if it's not, it does not have to be perfect. Whatever makes you happy, especially if you're making it for somebody. You're making it with good thoughts. All right. Let's put a little more glue in this corner. Here we go. I'm gonna let that sit a bit. Let's do this one. Remember, guide them as best you can. If there's something that somebody you're working with can do, let them do it. Encourage them. But if they need help, that's okay too. Remember, you always can come on here and ask questions. We're trying to get a more private group going called the Den of Possibilities. So go on our website and sign up. Because we can't answer all the questions here in the group. I like that. That looks pretty cool. So does this one. Aren't they all unique and different? Perfect. Perfect, perfect. And then even this, we can make small ones out of this one when it really dries. And then if you have a bigger card, ooh, this is still wet, but we can do that. I think I'll work on those later and I can share with you. All right, but let's finish these 2 cards. Let's put something on the front. Okay, I have lots of stickers, lots. And I just get these at the dollar store, $1.25 store now, you know. And, you know, you might have a certain person in mind when you make a card. And remember, the card doesn't have to go this way. It can go this way. But let's see. Let's see. You know what? I just like this one. A laugh is a smile that bursts. I don't know why. Just to make somebody laugh and be smiling. I'm just going to sit, you know, I'm going to put a little glue on the back. Because sometimes these things, if the glue will come out. I think we're getting closer to the bottom of this one. So that's why I often store them upside down. There we go. All right. Everybody see? Move that out of the way. Okay, now it's blank inside. You could write a note. You could get another little saying and put it in there. Okay. All right. Let's do this one. I think I'm going to keep it this way too. And let's see. I'm going to put these on there. Kind of stuck. It's okay. And these I think will stick pretty good. I'm going to put it down here. That one says believe. And this says inspire. What do you think? All right. We can put more on there, but for now I think I'll just leave that right like that. Now often I have a little stamp that says made by or whatever on the back, and I put my name. Okay, so all right, let's dry these. We can take the washi tape off. You could use these just by themselves. All right, now, might be good to have them dry. All right, kind of tears the paper a bit, but that's okay. Nobody's going to see the back. There's always tape that can be used for art projects. There's our guy. There's our guy. I don't want to forget about him. Okay. I got a mess here, as always. Okay, let's just see. This would be a big card. We'll see. Let's just dry these. And I'm going to find some cards for later, and I will share pictures. But this will be good on something. We might have to let these dry naturally. We really got them wet, my friends. But they will look good. They will look good. Let's put the top back on the glue. All right. So, here, let me come down here and up. Whoop. Let's see. Sorry. There. So I can talk to you a bit. So what'd you think? What do you think? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I think we can do these. I know you guys can do these. So, want to see them up a little close? Doesn't that look cool? I like that. And the other one. They're all unique, just like all of us. And there's no right or wrong. No right or wrong way. Remember that. Whatever you create will be spectacular. Okay. Remember we did these the hand. Let's see what we come up with for these. I'm going to see if I have cards that'll fit that, or we'll use them for something else. These could be fun gift tags. That might be kind of fun because these are kind of big. They'd be fun gift tags. So we might decorate those a little bit more. We can do what Pam's done a lot of Zentangle. We could do fun doodles on here. Oh, the possibilities. There's so many. So many. So, all right. Thank you for watching. Especially if you watch not especially. If you watch it on the replay, thank you. And remember to always, if you could comment, I would love that. Share your ideas. Share your thoughts. Inspiration for others. And if you make one, share a picture. That's super duper. And I will keep creating and sharing with you. And all right. Have a great rest of your day. I got to go see some friends. So if they were watching or something, we'll post what they think. All right, guys. Have a great day. See you later.